guys, welcome to the next video. So on my live on Monday, I did the Fenty Beauty Luminous foundation. Now this was a gift because I had got a lot of foundations, but this was a birthday gift that I opened. Mine is in 175, and I also got the bronzer as a gift together, basically gifted in Caramel Cutie from Fenty Beauty basically. But I didn't really get to kind of go through it. My live was a little bit late on Monday because things had kind of gotten in the way during the day and it just made everything delay slightly. So what I thought we could do is, I had an idea about mixing this with something else because I am, and I do stress a lot of the time in the last couple of videos, that I'm trying to go for more of a glowy look and not a matte look. This is Luminous foundation, but it's not glowy. So I kind of want to do something and kind of mix it and test things a bit. So what we're going to do is I'm going to mix my Rimmel Multi Better Than Filters and my Drunk Elephant bronzer together. And then that's going to go on top of the foundation. So that's what we're going to do, and just give it that glow, because this one should have probably been in the, this is the lightest they have. This is in fair, or is it light? The Rimmel Multi Better Than Filters, and I'm sure mine is in fair. It's the lightest one. You can tell by the bottle. I should have gotten 001 fair. Yeah, so it's a primer, highlighter and glow booster. I should have gotten the one, but I got the two, but I got one. But so yeah, we're going to mix that with the Drunk Elephant bronzing drops and kind of like try and get more of a luminous. It will be luminous, like it says. It is a luminous foundation. It doesn't have SPF, so I've popped on my SPF, and we're going to try and make it look a bit more glowy, because I do want to use what I have. I've only used it once. This will be a wear test as well today because I'll be going out later on. But yes, this is it, Fenty Beauty Luminous foundation. So what I'm going to do is, because my skincare is done, I'm going to go in with my Rimmel Fix and Perfect primer. This is going to be my primer today. I know it does say the filters is a primer too, but I'd like to go in with the heavier primer today, just because this is a medium coverage foundation. So we're just going to pop this on here. It's a little bit like a lotion, and it feels a bit like a moisturizer. None of these have SPF, so do remember, if you're using the Fenty Beauty foundation, it doesn't have an SPF, so definitely take care of that within your skincare. Okay, and that feels really nice going around the skin, so we'll let that settle. Okay, so this is the Fix and Prep Perfect. So it's 5-in-1 primer. That's what it looks like. I think I've shown it before. So it smooths, resurfaces, brightens, mattifies, and protects. So yes. Okay, so that's kind of that. So we've just put that all around the face, particularly in the T-zone. That's particularly where my makeup kind of starts coming off throughout the day. So what we're going to do now is go in with that that foundation. So we're going to pop the foundation on, then we're going to mix these two together and then put this on over it. Sometimes, because this is a primer, obviously the first thing you would think of is to put it on first, but actually I'm mixing it with bronzing drops because there's a highlighting effect in this too. So the two of them together will add a little bit of a glowy boost, I think is the best way to say. So again, this does have a pump, which is great because it's control. Mine, this is 175 shade match. So that's what that looks like. And we're just gonna pop that around the face. It's pretty good. I know in my live I was saying I wasn't sure if it was going to be a match, but it looks fine. Probably just need 2 pumps. I haven't had time to do so much this week, guys, because work has just been busy and I've been busy. Okay, so let's try and buff that in. We might go in ahead with my foundation brush and not use my beauty blender. So let's just go in with my Real Techniques foundation brush, and we're just gonna move that around, just looking in the mirror. So yeah, it's not an exact match. I can definitely see it's not an exact color match, but we're okay. It'll work. I'm appreciative of getting it as a gift for my birthday, so I do want to start the makeup rotation again. Those videos will be coming up, so makeup basket, weekly makeup basket, so that everything kind of gets used and one thing doesn't kind of get forgotten about. So okay, so that's, like, I would say, we've got a little bit left. We'll just take that, whatever's remaining on the, not very much, so I would have said that's 2 pumps. So Luminous, you can definitely see it's not completely matte, but I just want a little bit of a glow boost. I think is probably the best way to phrase that. And I would have just gone in with this if it was the next deepest one. This is 00 Fair. This is the fairest. I'm too dark for it, so I don't want to kind of I can't give it away to anybody due to it kind of being on the face and things like that. So I'm going to mix it with bronzing drops. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to take it out. We're going to pop it on my hand here. See, that's what it looks like. It's the fairest one. I'm going to take a little bit more out. Pop that on my hand. Okay. So that's what that looks like on my skin. You can see it's super fair. Going to give this a shake because the water and oil separates in the Drink Elephant anti-pollution sunshine drops. And we're going to just very carefully add those two together. You can see there, and one more is probably fine. Okay, so now what we're going to do is mix that in, and that should give us our luminous look to the skin. Okay, and you can see how luminous that's looking there. Now you're not seeing the bronzing drops straight away, which means I can put in a bit more bronze. So we're now going to put the bronze in by itself while that's warming on my skin. And we're going to take it like that and just add it to each area that we've put on the face. Okay, I'm not going to put it on the chin. And now we're going to use the same brush and just move that around the face, and hopefully the result is a glowy booster kind of look to the skin that I feel like this foundation was missing for me. And that's kind of the difference. Now you could keep going in strengths if you wanted to, but I just want a glowy booster that kind of enhances my look basically. So that's kind of what we've gotten so far. So what I'll do, because I do feel like for me, as my skin is getting older, I'm finding that luminous, and because I always had acne, I always had really oily skin as a child, well, as a teenager, and then it started to dry out a little bit in my 20s and 30s. But I feel like my skin now looks better with a glowy complexion. It kind of really does suit me more. So I'm going for that kind of glowy look, not oily look, just kind of a glow, nice boost to the skin. So as I've touched that, it doesn't feel sticky at all, which is nice. Okay, so as I haven't stressed before, the Fenty Beauty doesn't have a SPF, so do pop on your SPF. I only needed 2 pumps for that. Usually you probably would just need 1, but I have a lot of redness. But it's medium coverage. So that's it, guys. I kind of a little bit, so all we did was we mixed, after that we just mixed the multi-task Rimmel Better Than Filters, and I mixed that with my bronzing drops. Mine are the Drunk Elephant, but if you have any bronzing drops, I just mixed mine together for an added boost basically. Now what I'm going to do is go in with the Radiance Booster alone, because we've set down that little colour, and we're going to go back in and just dab that in because we want a little glow. And the highlight you can see coming off there, that's kind of the look I wanted. If you can see that radiated there, that's kind of what I was looking for. So I want to be able to incorporate these things into this foundation. So on weeks when I'm wearing the Fenty Beauty foundation, I can add these little steps in quite quickly, and it will just enhance the look. And that's it, guys. It'll look quite glowy. I appreciate it's looking quite pale on camera, but in the mirror it looks quite glowy and quite even here as well on the neck as well. So that's that. We're going to do our concealer, and then I'm going to go in with warming up the face. Now we did find, I think if you saw my live, I tried the Fenty Beauty for the first time on my live. This was the Caramel Cutie, and it was quite dark, so we're going to work with that today. The first thing I'm going to do is put on my multi-use concealer from Maybelline. Mine's in Peach, and we're just going to put that where I would usually do. If you follow me, you know I usually put this step on first before my concealer. I call this a color corrector for me. Before going in with my E.L.F camo concealer. So all that does is take away redness and brightens up where I need it to. So that's all I need. I'm just going to use my fingers for that. So I'm just going to press that gently into the skin. and it basically just color corrects any area that I needed to. Really gently around the eyes as well. Okay, and then just in upward direction. So the great thing about the Luminous foundation from Fenty Beauty is that it is medium coverage, so it will last throughout the day. Again, we just need to be super careful that we add in our SPF before that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is go in with my e.l.f, and this is their Camo Concealer Hydrating, and we're just going to add that to the eyes here and here, here and here, and then just around here. Okay, and then obviously I do get redness here, so I tend to then blend that along the cheekbone as well. I don't just leave it in one area. Okay, so we're going to go in with my sponge. If I don't have my sponge, I might use my smaller brush. I have my concealer brush. Yeah, this is my e.l.f Flawless Concealer Brush, and we're just going to start to work that into the corner of the eye. It's really soft. And then I can go in with a bigger brush if I need to fix anything. Okay, so all the concealer is set now, and I think that part of the face is done. What we're going to do is just put on our Makeup by Mario. This is the Soft Sculpt Transparent Skin Enhancer, and mine's in light, and I'm just going to pop that all around the face just for that added glow, and that's what it looks like. I just take it with my finger and I pop it to areas that I feel I need it. Some people use it as a contour. I use it all around, like as a booster kind of. So we're going to go again using my Real Techniques contour brush, just bringing that around. You can just see straight away it just gives life to the skin. We're not contouring in any way, but it just gives really nice color and depth, I guess, to the skin as well. Okay, so we're kind of building up the look as we go. What I'm going to do now is we're going to take a look at that Fenty Beauty, and then this is what it looks like. It has the Fenty Beauty logo, has a mirror here as well underneath, and then whatever tone you get is named at the back. So mine is Caramel Cutie. This was gifted to me, so obviously I didn't choose the color, but we'll see. We have looked at it before, so we're going to try and work with it again. And we're going to go very, very lightly with the contour brush, and we are just going to tap that around the face. Okay, so just continuing with that, I'm going really light, just so that I get my level of coverage that I need, because it is that bit deeper. But I do really like it, guys. Bringing that down. I think it just gives that gorgeous, gorgeous tanned look. So again, this will be going into my rotation. And that's kind of the bronzy side kind of done. Now we're going to go in and we're going to double up on our bronzers, or blushes even. And I'm going to start off with the e.l.f. and I'm going to mix two colors. One's going to be liquid, one's going to be powder, so we're going to set it with the powder. So the one that we're going to be using that's more of a kind of a putty primer is the e.l.f. Putty Primer in Tahiti, and that's what that looks like. And I'm going to then kind of set it with this. They're very similar in colour, but you're just setting one against the other, over the other even. So what we're going to do is just, I'll show you what it looks like in the pan. This again is going to have to go into next week's, because we're almost at the end of the week really. So I will do on Saturday, one of the videos will be a project pan makeup basket week. So I've just done that both sides. I find the putty primers or blushes really easy to kind of maneuver, and then you can kind of use this finger here, and all we're doing is bringing that up the cheekbone as well as the cheeks, because then it kind of gives that kind of sculpted look as well. Okay, we're just going to bring that in a bit more. And then we're going to set that with the PS from Primark, and this is their blush in Sangria, basically. There we go. That's what that looks like. Super bright, super, super bright. So we're just going to use our, it's the Real Techniques blush brush, or I might just use the cheeks, which is a bit more angled. It might be easier. Take some of that, tap off the excess, and really lightly just kind of set that almost like a setting powder over. And then you can go in with a blender brush, clean blender brush. I'm going to go in with the Big Bertha from DJS Beauty. This is what it looks like. And then we just kind of blend it out until we're happy with the colour. But I am very happy with that. I think it's really nice. And now what we're going to do is go in with and do my brows. Mine is the E.L.F Instant Lift brow pencil. Instant Lift brow pencil. That's what it looks like. So you've got your brush and your crayon on either side. So we're just going to brush them into place. I still haven't decided whether I'm going to tint them or not, my brows. But this is really quick to do, guys. It doesn't take long at all. And I find once my setting spray is on, it doesn't budge all day. It's quite good. And then we're just going to twist this up and start to fill those in. I'm going to be using the W7 Socialite eyeshadow palette today. It has some beautiful, lovely spring type colours that we can use today for eyeshadow. And again, we're just going on the other side. I do have a W7 Socialite palette look that I can put either in the corner of the screen or down below in the description box. Okay, and we're just going to do the same on that side. Okay, so that's kind of what you get with that. And again, I find I don't really need wax or anything like that once my setting spray's on, and I use the Revolutions, and I've been using it for years now, Matte Fix Oil Control Fixing Spray. So that's that. Okay, so that's the eyebrows done. What I'm going to do now is just show you quickly the palette. This is the W7 Socialite palette. It's definitely not new in my collection, and you would have seen it if you're a follower of mine. They do have the colours on the back, and they are quite similar to what you get inside. You get a full-length mirror, so I don't want to blind you guys, but that's what they look like. They're all named. It's absolutely gorgeous. I will link above somewhere the video, or else I'll pop it down in the description bar. So that's what they look like. So we're going to go for a nice bright look today. We're going to start with RSVP, and I'm actually going to pop that in the lid almost straight away, just so we can see the definition between the lid and the outer V and the crease. And it's like a peach colour. And I think it will kind of complement the deep reds and browns that are on my face today with the blush and the bronze. But I think if you've got a foundation that you've got that maybe you were looking for, like you're in the same situation and you want a glowy look, but it's a matte, more of a matte foundation, adding things like a bronzer, mixing it in with another filter really helps. And I think I've just gotten that nice glowy look from it today. When I saw it originally, I didn't get it, but I was happy to kind of receive it and try it out. So I am going to keep it in my makeup rotation. So I will swatch it for you so you can see, but it's on both of my eyelids now, and I just wanted to kind of separate that. We're then going to go in with Cosmopolitan above the crease, and I'm going to show you what that looks like now. Or will it be Sophisticated? I'm not sure. It's going to be Cosmopolitan or Sophisticated. Quick decision. Sophisticated, I think, this one here. So we're going to go in with our fluffy brush for that and just go just above the crease here. Okay, that's going to be our crease color, and that's what that peach toned looks like as well. So we're just going to go above the crease here, and really, that's a really good color match to the color. That's perfect match. The both of them complement each other really well. Okay, so that's that one. And then we're just going to go in again. Again, this is W7 eyeshadow palette called the Socialite palette. So yeah, it definitely kind of brings everything together. I'm going to be using Revolution's lip kit in Brunch today as well, so that will go quite well with everything. Mascara I'll do off camera. Mascara is Climax from NARS. We'll be doing that. And this is the Revolution. You get a kit, you get the lip and the lip liner, lip liquid. This is in Brunch, so we'll be doing that as well. So that's kind of complements everything quite well with these two colors. So if I just show you the W7 colors again, you get a full-length mirror. It's called the Socialite palette. Multi-textured pressed pigment palette, really. It has all those different shimmers and glitters, and I think that for me is perfect for what we need today. So I'm going to pop that over here. What I'm going to do is quickly go and do my mascara off camera, and then I'll come back. So that's the mascara done, just the NARS Climax mascara. I have mine in like a tester version. I got the Iconic 4 a couple of videos ago. I think I showed it. You got the mascara, concealer, blush and highlight and bronzer. So that's what that looks like. So now we're going to go straight in with the lip. So this is the Revolution, and they're very comparable to the Kylie Jenner kind of lip kits. So you get your lip liner, you get the colour at the bottom, and then you get the lip kind of liqueur, I call them really. And the two of them kind of go together. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to line the lips. I'm happy with the eyeshadow. I think it kind of settled in really well with the rest of the face, so it doesn't take over the blush too much. I'm now going to just line the lips. And this is Brunch from Revolution. So I'm going to completely cover the lips with liner, because then that will act like a base. It's very soft, so doesn't feel harsh in any way. Okay, so that's kind of what Brunch looks like. If I just swatch it for you, and what I'll do then is I'll pop the liquid beside it so you can kind of see the colors. But this is in Brunch, and that's on the lips. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm going to go and pop on the liquid. And what I'll do is I'll set it here for you too, so you can kind of see. So that's what they look like together. And it smells really nice. And that's it, guys. I think it's a really, really nice look. Today primarily was the kind of showing you how to mix up a foundation that maybe you've gotten as a gift or that you bought, and you look, the foundation itself is medium coverage, the quality is amazing, but you maybe want a glowier look. So my kind of idea today was to mix the Rimmel and bronzing drops, the Rimmel filter, Rimmel multitasker better than filters, with my bronzing drops, so they would give an added kind of highlight and sort of glowiness, which is what they did. And the blush didn't really take over too much, which is good. And that is the lips. Now you can see it's not a huge difference, but it definitely is a daytime look in terms of the lipstick. Okay, they're very, very similar to Kylie Cosmetics, and I think I have one on my live. I did do her was it Posy K is the color I got with Kylie Jenner Cosmetics, her lip kits. But yeah, so this is what we use. That's what they look like. This is them together on the skin. So there is a slight tonal difference. This is a little bit cooler than the actual lip liner itself. And that's what it looks like. We might just put one more on. Just give it some extra, and that's it. I'm going to pop on my setting spray, which is again the Revolution Matte Fix. So we're just going to give that a shake. And that's the look, guys. There will be photos in my post So yes, that was just an idea for me, guys. I want to be able to use what I have. I have been showing the NYX Butter Glaze skin kind of skin tint in SPF 30. Then I did the Better Than, I don't know, I keep saying Better Than Skin, but it's Skin Silk Revolution Skin Silk Foundation, which I'm absolutely loving. I wanted to try this because it was given to me as a gift. I don't want to kind of leave it to the side. That's why I'm going to start those weekly makeup rotations again. But this is the finished look, guys. I hope you enjoy. I think this is perfect for going out. You could intensify the blush if you wanted to. I know it's starting to kind of, I can see it's kind of settling into the skin. And as it's settling into the skin, it's slightly fading. So that might be because I didn't put enough on and I kind of depended more so on the liquid. So what we'll do quickly is use my cheeks blush brush. And we'll just go in maybe a little bit deeper just to kind of give it that glow. And that's it. You can see that kind of has a little bit of a highlighter effect as well because the filter multitasker Better Than Filters is on there as well. So yes, guys, just a little idea I had today for my video. Thank you for watching the video, guys. Pictures will be in the post section, and I'll see you in the next time.